What's up, Cooper? And let me guess, the ball. So today we got a little surprise, I guess if you want to call it that. But right here, this company Eonon, it's a radio that I just recently put in my little bag truck. But they reached out to me, and you're just gonna keep playing with that damn ball, aren't you, Cooper? So they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to. They could send me a radio and review it. So this is it. So we're gonna just open it up. I'm sure it's gonna be close to whatever. I've already kind of opened it up, but should be like the other unboxing. But let's get it open, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna install this into my buddy's truck right here, and right here, and which is similar to my other one, but this is the diesel version. And but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna install that today, and then we'll just go from there. But let's get this open. Alright, well, I don't have my normal tripod, so you're going to have to excuse me for that. Actually, I don't have my normal camera. That's a whole nother story. So, anyway, so here's the radio. Let me make sure I'm getting all this in frame here. Actually, let me go a little wider here. So here's the radio, and it's similar to... basically all the other small din ones, right? I don't know if you want to call this half, or I'm not actually sure what they call it, but you can see you got the Eonon branding, all the plugs. So basically really close to the other ones. So let's set this to the side. And then here we got another box. So we can get all this in frame, but let's try to make this part quick. But real similar to the to most of them. I think the wiring harnesses are a little bit different between each other, but mostly the same. I think there's minor differences. Oop. And it has a little extra fuse in here, it looks like. So let's see what we got here. So we have the main harness, and then the little speaker. We have a couple of USB ports. We got the GM antenna adapter. Now this is important if you want your radio to work. And then we have a GPS antenna. And this is an external microphone. So if you want to use that, but the radio does come with one. I've always just used the radio one. And the older ones seem to have a few issues, but the newer ones, I don't know, everybody says it sounds fine. So, and this is just the main harness. So, oh, this is if you have a stock backup camera. You're supposed to use this, but this vehicle does not. So we shouldn't have to do that. But that's everything, and this is some kind of adapter that I've never used. I'm not really sure what that's for. But that's for everything that comes in the box. So let's get inside. We're going to get the old radio out. So we're going to open up the dash, get the old radio out, and then move on. Actually, before we move on, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and plug everything in that needs plugged in here.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play.
You see everything's plugged in except for this port right here. That's it. Ready to be installed. Alright, let's get it done. Alright, so we basically just have to remove this panel right here. Right, so a lot of times you can just get it with your hand, or you can use like a little plastic pry tool. Sometimes you do have to pull this down, so you need the key. But let's see if we're able to just get it with our hand. I've taken mine on my truck apart so many times, and usually it just comes apart no problem. You can see the sticky coming off of this vent. All right, now we just got to take these 6-7 millimeter screws out. Okay, so before we begin, I'm just going to show you guys. So this is an old radio that I installed for him a long time ago. It's basically the same type, but this is from a different company. So you can see it does start up quick. Oh, let's turn that down. So he's on just the radio. This one does not have wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. This new one, Eonon one, does. So let's just see if we can go and click on something. So I already clicked it. You can see how long it's taking for it to come on here. If it's even going to come on. So you can see this thing is pretty slow. And I'm sure it's gotten worse over time. I don't remember it being this slow, but I mean, it's not even coming on. Let's just try YouTube. You can see it's coming up. Of course, we're offline right now. We're not connected to anything, but you can see how long it takes to, you know what, matter of fact, let's click Spotify. I mean, you can see how long this is taking to open up, right? So it's finally opening up. It's opening. Okay, I mean, I think we've seen enough, but, you know, and it's funny because my buddy, he's like, obviously, I'm sure this stuff bothers him, but not so much to where he's like, he just deals with it, right? So when I told him I had a new radio that I'd be able to install in this truck, I mean, he was pretty happy. He's like, you know, yeah, let's do it. So anyways, I just want to give an example of what this older, different manufacturer radio, basically in the same type of chassis, what it's like to use. So you see, it's pretty slow. All right, so we're back here. Let's go ahead and just spin these off. Just drop that out of the way. I did install his backup camera, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So let's unplug. This is the regular antenna. Got the GPS antenna. Probably be able to reuse all of this stuff, to be honest with you. And then this was for his backup camera, I believe that's what this was for too. So I may have to retap one of those in. Looks like I just tapped into this pink. And then this should just unplug. And that should pretty, oh wait, I have the oh, this is the antenna. This was, oh, this is the speaker. Okay, so that little speaker is used for the door chime and the blinkers. Here. And then he had one USB cable right here coming out the front. So yeah. So basically this is the, so it's like you see it's real similar. Just a way older model from a different manufacturer. So let's set that one to the side. We'll have to figure out that let's see, the backup camera, because I believe I had power here for his camera. Okay, so right here I'm showing where you just have to connect the backup camera power wire instead of having to tap in like the old one. And then you can see I just tapped in, put this connector here. So that's for the backup camera. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. And then let's see where the GPS connects. Okay, so right here it's marked GPS. So we are going to connect the original GPS here. It should work no problem. Pretty sure. Alright. And then this is where the regular antenna goes. I'm trying to keep everything in frame. I really need my other camera. That should go plug in. And then the main harness should plug in. So we have here and these. So, like I said, it's all pretty much Murphy proof. So you can pretty much only plug it into one. Okay, so this one looks like it's not being used. I soon figured out that that gray plug is if your truck came with Bose audio from the factory. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one's for. But that should be it. We just need to figure out what we're going to do with these USBs. And, oh, I almost forgot. The backup camera. Where it is, because it is marked. Front camera. Backup camera right here. Pretty sure that's what that one's for. But we're going to test everything out before we close everything up. So let's get this bad boy in there. But if everything works right, I mean, you see how easy that is. Super, super simple. But let's hope everything works as it should. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the key on. It's going to be the first startup. Let's go ahead and shut this light off. There it is. There's the Eonon. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. That noise is coming from this little sensor. I'm gonna order one of those for him and replace it for him. It's a little fan, but I'll order that for him, surprise him. But this is the first time boot up, so the first time it's always gonna take longer because it doesn't have the quick boot. So there we are, and so this actually looks pretty fancy. It's already going to the maps, loading that. So where would we find just the radio? Okay, here's just the radio. Okay, so let's go down with that. Let's go ahead and let's see. Okay, there's a station. These are just like preset. Oh, right here. Okay, so what happens if I hold it? Oh. I mean, you can see everything's just working. We don't want to get a copyright, but so, you know, let's get a little bit more volume here. Let's find another station. Okay, let's just go back.
Best of the Valley's old school anyway.
Right here, see, so I know there's some different features right here. If you hit, I think this is this like lock, so it's only for stronger signals. I was reading in the book, but let's go. We'll just leave it right there for now. But like I said, we don't want to copyright, so let's turn that way down. Let's see how. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good. I should have pumped up the volume on the old one. But let's go back here. And then I believe if you hold this, oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I think if you tap it, oh yeah, it mutes it. So if you tap the power button, it mutes it. Let me grab my phone. We're gonna connect to it Android Auto. Okay, so let's go to Bluetooth. Okay, so on your phone, you're going to look for Eonon, and then when it gives you the prompt, you're just going to type in 000, and it should connect. And it connected. So it was already searching for it. Looks like it's already connecting to Android Auto, and look at that. It's already going. So let's play some music. So that is, we're gonna go ahead and hit allow for contacts. Of course, you want to be able to look at your contacts, get your music. So click this. Oh, so you can kind of switch and make this the big screen. Go back here, make this the big screen. That's cool. We'll go in here, you can see your other apps. Right? Let's go back to where it has both of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and we don't want to get a copyright, but you see how quick. I mean, that's wireless, right? Obviously, nothing's plugged in. Got the USBs right here. So basically, I just plug this radio in, right, to the back. Just, you know, I made one connection to the backup camera. So let's actually see. Let's go ahead and start the truck. And let's see if the backup camera is going to work. Because if it does, then, and the backup camera is working. Perfect. Right? Now, obviously, we'll have to mess with these settings, whatever. Those lines look like they might need to be adjusted. But we'll figure that out. But the backup camera is working. And let's go ahead and shut this back off. So that's awesome. Oop. Let me go back to on. Turn the headlights off. Let's see how long it takes to connect, right? So I shut the truck off. So it's just turned back on. Look how fast that is. Boom. Right? Awesome. All right. So basically, you know what? One thing I do want to try. I do want to try the steering wheel controls. Oh, see, I'm over here with the steering wheel. And you can see, obviously, I don't want to get a copyright, but so the steering wheel, so the volume's working. Let's see if we could change this. There, it just went back. Let's go forward. Yup. Right. So let's go ahead and mute it again because we don't want to get a copyright. So steering wheel controls work out of the box, no problem. Volume up and down. You know, I'm sure you can change the source, mute, all that kind of stuff. Works perfect. Let's see. So let's go. What did I do here? So let's go back here. I think it does the door. Let's see. I may have to start. Oh, yeah. See, so it does automatically show the door open. I'm sure it shows the passenger. Well, let's go back here. So let's go to... let's see. So it has the torque app. Obviously, if you wanted to connect to... well, actually, you know what? Let me connect, and then we'll get back on it. Let me connect to my Wi-Fi. All right, so it's connecting. So we're going to go ahead and hit done. Connected, no problem. You do have to make sure to disconnect your Android Auto when doing this, when connecting to like a Wi-Fi. Right? So let's go back to YouTube. All right, so now it says back online. I guess you just got to search for something. I don't know. Let's just put cars. Search. All right, so there we go. So let's just oh, it actually pulled up Cars Disney. All right, so I don't know. Let's just click this red light runner. All right, so there it is. So let's pump up the volume a little bit. Well, that's actually a commercial. All right, so let's go ahead and skip. And there it is. So there's your YouTube. Working no problem. Now you do have to disconnect your Android Auto. So what I did was on my phone, like let's say you wanted to do this, or you want to connect to the hotspot, I turned the Bluetooth off on my phone, and that just disconnected that Android Auto. So obviously, if you're out and about and you're not at home, you would have to connect probably to your phone's hotspot. So that shouldn't be too difficult, but that's how that works. So let's go ahead and back out of this. And then actually, let's close this here. Let's go back home. Let me turn my Bluetooth back on my phone. And let's see if it automatically just connects back to the Android Auto. So let's go back here. Actually, it has this like little screen here. Let's close that. That was kind of cool. So yeah, see, it automatically just started connected back to the Android Auto. And there we go. Back to music. I mean, just pretty simple. So, I mean, you know, the best thing for my buddy especially, and for, you know, other people interested in this radio, you know, fairly inexpensive. You get a big 8-inch screen. It actually has a screen protector here, but I'll let him peel that off. But, you know, you basically get your wireless Android Auto, and it works perfect. You see how quick it is. Right, so let's turn the key off. Let's open the door. So it'll be like we exited. We're going into the store. So we come back in, turn the key on. Let's see how fast it does. It's already connecting to the Android Auto. I mean, look how quick that is. There it is. It's working. Right? So it's already playing the music. It's already got your Google Maps up right here. If you wanted to change something, whatever, let's bump up. See, obviously it's playing. I just had it turned down. But you see how fast that is. And most people, that's what they're going to do. They're going to use this for basically just this, right? They want music. They want their Spotify. They want their Apple CarPlay, whatever. So they go in, they jump in. They want the radio to turn on, start playing their music. That's what you want. You want to use your Google Maps. You do that. You want to just, you know, put your, have this bigger, go through your music. You know, you can skip. Let's see. It looks like you can shuffle, basically do all the stuff you do on Spotify, right? And I mean, what more do you want? That's really what you want. And you don't even have to pull your phone out of your pocket, right? So, because it's wireless. That's the awesome thing. The steering wheel controls work, right? You can see, so I'm over here turning it up and down, right? We can skip. So let's turn it up a little bit. We'll skip. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. You know, just perfect. So, like I said, you know, this video is sponsored by Eonon. They sent this to me so I can install it. Obviously, I already have one of theirs in my other truck, so I told my buddy, hey, I'll install this in your truck. He's super happy. He's going to be stoked on this thing. Let me tell you. He's going to love this thing because he's going to be like, going from that old crummy, you saw how slow it was. It basically wasn't even opening stuff up. But now he can just jump in his truck. The wireless Android Auto will connect. And, you know, off he goes. He's going to be a happy camper. But anyways, you know, this is Eonon. They make some pretty awesome things. I've already ran 3 of their radios. This is the 4th one I've installed. And they've all worked great. I actually have an Eonon radio on my setup that I use when I do my speaker testing. That's what I use. Works perfect. And I definitely recommend them. And these are, you know, compared to the bigger Japanese Kenwood, Pioneer, you know, that kind of stuff, they're cheaper and they actually work better, in my opinion. They integrate. You don't have to add no adapter for the steering wheel controls. The backup cameras, they plug right in. If you have a factory camera, it plugs right in. You know, if you want to make a phone call, you can just do it. It has a built-in microphone. You can add an external mic if you wanted to. It's just, I mean, honestly, it's like, why would you go with one of the other ones? You know what I mean? When you're parked, you could watch some YouTube. You could download apps from the Play Store. Obviously, if we go home. All right, I just want to throw this in here at the end. So I know I was looking for how to get to the other apps. Actually, this little button here. So if you go here, you can see all your other apps. Looks like you even have an EQ. So you could change the settings here. I mean, you can see, I mean, look at all this stuff you have right here, right? So let's go back home, click here to get to the other apps. You have Bluetooth, you have some car information. Look, you have a browser here, File Explorer if you wanted to get into the files. You can hook up a front camera. It did have a connection in the back for a front camera. Obviously, you have another browser here, Netflix. Here's your Play Store. And let's see. You have your panel lighting here, so we can adjust it to match. Right? Obviously, the lights are off, but let's go ahead and... So here we go. So see, you could change your panel lighting to match your truck. This is pretty much matches... actually, maybe go a little bit greener here. That pretty much matches the truck. So let's go ahead and shut that back off. And then let's keep going here. Look, we have wallpaper. You change the wallpaper. Just leave it at that. Let's go back. Of course, your YouTube. You have your Torque app. If you... Well, that's a whole nother video, but... Let's see, what other have? Z-Links. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, the Z-Link. My bad. That's actually the Android Auto. So let's go ahead and go back out of that. You do have themes. Let's see what we have here. So we can change the theme. Current right here. Set to default. Let's see. Well, I'm not sure what this is. So oh, okay. So it kind of just changes it up a little bit. This one's kind of cool. But so this is where you get to the other apps right here. Right, so I just want to show that in there, but you can monkey around and change a lot of this stuff up. But man, all I gotta say is this is pretty nice radio. He's gonna be really happy with it. You can add another app right here, you know, so on and so forth. But I just want to throw that in there because actually I was having trouble finding it, but this is the button right here. You know, when you get this radio, you just got to go through, click on all this stuff, and play around with it, figure it out. But obviously it does a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. It's cool how you can match your buttons and the rest of the stuff. Add a front camera. If you had pictures, Netflix, whatever. Anyways, so let's sign this video off and to the next one. Peace. Almost forgot to put the dash together.